Hi, Paul Hefty here with 493 coaching course, finishing up with a self-management plan lecture. We'll get into the plan, some relationships to management, risk management, and then last final review with the portfolio. Again, self-management plan, it's the last section of your portfolio, and this is the area that most leaders forget or neglect, is you may have to have a plan for yourself because you're going to get so busy and it's going to be so stressful. So again, to come up with simple goals and ways to assess that, just like you're doing it for your program, so that you stay healthy and can be that strong leader that you want to be. So it needs to address, again, pre-season, in-season, and off-season, because there's unique demands for you as a leader then. And again, just go back to your philosophy and address it for yourself. Winning or success, fun and how you would achieve that and why, and then looking at your own developmental areas. So simply managing relationships. Look at the interpersonal skills. That means knowing and trusting yourself and others, how you're going to communicate effectively. Make sure you're accepting and supporting others, and then looking again at resolving conflict, because that's what you're going to do a lot. Lastly, it's managing your own emotions, and we've talked about this over and over, how emotions really can take over logical thinking. So you need to have a plan for how you deal with your emotions, your anger, and your joy. And each person's uniquely different in the amounts that they deal or provide with emotions. Come up with a unique individual plan for yourself in those. So when you start to look at managing risk and making coaching yourself, look at your physical, your mental, your social, look at conflict, look at how you would and start to have a plan for success, and then design goals for each. Kind of, hopefully they're consistent for what you're asking your athletes to do and your staff. For me, an example is I always used a triangle, because again, I don't think people remember beyond 3. In general, keeps it simple, keeps it sound, and it's condensed. So we always talked about being mentally and physically strong, for you to always expect success or have confidence, and then when you get into those tough situations, just to simply never give up. I've used this when I was a leader for my program. I used it for myself at that time, and now in life I use those same things. And again, that's kind of the test. Can you do it for all of those? So a quick clinic here to design that is go ahead and look at those 5 different areas. Start to develop some goals for each of those, and that's a great start to designing your self-management plan. So pause at this time, write those down, and then you can go ahead and see the template on that and can expand for your final portfolio. All right then, hopefully you've done that, got a good basis on self-management. One more reminder on your final portfolio review. Again, make sure you address each area with strong references to support, and then those concrete examples, whether they're in team management, actual agendas, and what those would look like for your program and how you would outline and review those, to all the templates throughout. Be creative. Remember, this is not a paper. It is not an outline. You need to write as if the reader does not know anything about sport or leadership. It's okay to cut and paste from previous assignments. That's actually was the goal of scaffolding the assignments. Hopefully you've saved those documents and started to develop a consistent format that makes that easy. The goal here is you want to make me want to read your portfolio and keep reading it more and more. You want to make certain things stick, and again, the TRI method of writing and the expectations I got will hopefully do that. So be thorough, detail-oriented, be consistent, and then be professional. It's okay to have fun, especially if it fits your personality, but make sure you're being professional and find that balance. You must have your references listed at the end of the portfolio and cited correctly within the document. Lastly, hopefully you'll fill out the SRT, because it's a way for me to go ahead and improve, and that's what I like to do with this class, this one in particular. So hopefully we've kind of gotten to the end of all those different segments of the portfolio. I feel like you have a good understanding of what's expected, and now plenty of information to go put your own stamp, your own design on leading your program. Thanks.